So my dear students, welcome back to the today's session. The today's session is about the module 2 that I am going to take up. A part of the module 2 is to find out bending moment, shear force at a section, and then to find out absolute maximum bending moment and absolute maximum shear force when the loads are moving from one end of the beam to the other end. That means when the moving loads like the UDL or series of concentrated loads, when they move from one end to other, then we have to find out maximum bending moment at a section or absolute maximum bending moment. That means the section will not be given, that we have to find out that section, and then we should find out maximum bending moment, absolute maximum bending moment, that is called, and then we also should find out maximum shear force or absolute maximum shear force. So first what I am going to do is I am going to take the first part of the second module, that is to find out maximum bending moment and maximum shear force at a section due to concentrated loads. That means when the series of concentrated loads moves from one end of the beam to the other at any section, we need to find out maximum bending moment and maximum shear force using influence line diagram. So for that, what I have done is I have taken a typical example. This type of example is, many a times this type of question is asked. So I have directly picked that question which is asked many a times in the examination. That is, I have written here, you can see, to find out maximum bending moment and to find out maximum shear force at section C. The section C is at a distance of 8 meters from A. AB is the beam which is having a span of 20 meters, and then the section C is identified as 8 meters from A. That means 12 meters from B. Now there are 4 loads that are acting or that are moving from A to B. These 4 loads are shown here. You can see 20 kilonewton left side, 30, 15 and 10. This 10 kilonewton, it is called leading load because it is ahead of all the loads. So the load journey from A to B, so 10 kilonewton is leading, then next 15, 30 and 20, all these are trailing loads. Now for this, what we need to do is we need to adopt influence line diagram method. So dear students, what we will do is first let us draw the influence line diagram for bending moment at C. That you know the procedure very well. We have studied in the first module. First what we need to do is draw a line of 20 meters. Erect 8 meters on the left side because AC is 8 meters. Then elect 12 meters because CB is 12 meters here. Then join this top tip of this ordinate to this end B and tip of this ordinate to end A. Join and then darken this. This is called influence line diagram. You know already. This is influence line diagram for bending moment at C. So this is, you have to darken. You know what is slope of this line? Slope of this line is opposite upon adjacent, that is tan theta 8 upon 20. Slope of this line similarly is 12 divided by 20. So what is this ordinate? This ordinate is slope of this line 12 upon 20 into 8, or slope of this line 8 upon 20 into 12. So I can write down 12 upon 20 into 8. That is by similar triangles you can get. Now what we need to do is to find out maximum bending moment at C due to moving loads. We have to make these loads move from one end to other. So just imagine when these loads move from one end to other, they will occupy various positions. Now the idea is to get maximum bending moment at C, you know that the top load, that is the maximum load, should occupy the maximum ordinate, because if you look at the influence line diagram, this is the maximum ordinate. All ordinates are smaller than this. So what is the trial is, this is the first trial. That means I will make 30 kilonewton maximum load occupy the maximum ordinate, because if you do that, because the formula says that maximum bending moment at C is summation influence line ordinate into load. That's why 30 into this ordinate will give the maximum value. Then other loads will adjust. You can see if 30 is here, 20 automatically will be this side 20 kilonewton. Then 15 and 10 are shifted that side. This is 15 kilonewton. And then this is 10 kilonewton. So these are the 4 loads: 20 kilonewton, 30 kilonewton, 15 kilonewton. This is 15 kilonewton, and then 10 kilonewton. The distances between them is, this is 1.5 meter, this is 2 meter, this is 1 meter. Now let us find out the ordinates corresponding to these load positions. So this is This is the ordinate corresponding to 20. This is the ordinate corresponding to 30 that we have already found out. Now this is the ordinate corresponding to the 15 kilonewton load, and this is the ordinate corresponding to the 10 kilonewton. That means all the 4 ordinates you can see here. This 10 kilonewton, you can keep it here. So these are the ordinates. So maximum bending moment at C is equal to summation influence line ordinate into load. That means what are the ordinates? This ordinate, this ordinate. So total 4 ordinates. So this ordinate into load plus this ordinate into load plus this ordinate into load plus this ordinate into load. So let us find out these ordinates. What is this ordinate? This already we have found out 12 by 20 into 8. So naturally what is the height of this ordinate? Slope is 12 by 20 into the distance. What is the distance? You can see here the distance is from here to here 8 minus 1.5, that is 6.5. So it is 12 by 20 into 6.5. Now this is already, now what is the ordinate? This ordinate is equal to, you can see the slope is 8 by 20 into the distance. 8 by 20 into what is this distance? This is 12 meters. So 2 meters gone, 10. 8 by 20 into 10. So now what is this ordinate? The last one, 8 by 20 into the distance. What is this distance? This is 12 meters. So here 12 minus 3, it is 9. So these are the ordinates. So once we find these ordinates, then what we'll do is we'll substitute here summation influence line ordinate into load. First is 12 by 20 into 6.5 into 20. 12 by 20 into 6.5 into 20 plus next big one 12 by 20 into 8 into 30 plus next third ordinate 8 by 20 into 10, 8 by 20 into 10 into 15. This load is 15. This load is 15. This load is 15. This is last is plus the last one. How much? 8 by 20 into 9 into the last load. The last load is, this load is 10 kilonewton. So do the calculations. So this is how the maximum bending moment at C is found out, and it comes to 318 kilonewton meter. You can do the calculation and check. 318 kilonewton meter. So this is trial 1. We cannot say that this is the only correct value. This is one trial. Now we need to get another at least one trial and see whether we can get a bending moment greater than this. If it is lesser than this, then we can conclude that this is the maximum bending moment at C when the loads move from A to B. So I hope it is clear to you. Once again I will explain how I have done it. First, we have drawn the influence line diagram for bending moment at C by erecting 8 meter, 12 meter here, and then completing this line or this triangle. And after that, what we have done, we have kept the loads such that this 30 kilonewton occupies the maximum ordinate. So 30 here. So other loads are adjusted. This is one trial when the loads move from A to B. So for these loads, corresponding ordinates we have found out. This ordinate is already found out 12 by 20 into 8. Similarly, this is found out 12 by 20 into 6.5. This is 8 by 20 into 10. This is 8 by 20 into 9. Then maximum bending moment at C is summation influence line ordinate into load. That means this ordinate into load, this ordinate into load, this ordinate into load, this ordinate into load. All they have to be summed up. And when you do that, you will get for this trial 318 kilonewton meter. I hope it is clear. Now what we will do is, we cannot say that this is the correct value, but we have to make sure that at least there is another trial. So which can be another trial? The another trial that I can think of is the next load which is nearer to 30, that is 20 kilonewton. That load we will keep below section C, and then we will find out bending moment at C by drawing the influence line diagram for bending moment at C. For that, again draw a horizontal line, same procedure. Erect here 8 meters, erect here 12 meters. This procedure is very simple and clear to you, I suppose. And then join this and join this and darken this. So this is your influence line diagram for bending moment at C, which you have already drawn in the previous trial. So same thing will continue here. So the slope of this line is, this is of course 8 meters. This is 12 meters. There is no confusion as such. The slope of this line is 8 upon 20. Slope of this line is 12 upon 20. This is 8 by 20 into 12 or 12 by 20 into 8. Now what we will do is we will keep the load such that the maximum ordinate, the next the next highest load after 30 is 20. So what I will do is I will keep 20 kilonewton here at section C. Then if I keep 20 here, 30 will come this side because 30 is ahead of that. I hope you can understand. There is no confusion. This is 30 kilonewton. Then this is 15 kilonewton. Then this is 10 kilonewton. And the ordinates corresponding to these loads, let us find out. This is already found out. Let us find out this ordinate corresponding to this load. This ordinate corresponding to 15 and the small ordinate. How to find out these ordinates? You refer slope of this line 8 by 20. So what is this ordinate? 8 by 20 into the distance. What is the distance here? You can see the distance between 20 and 30 is 1.5 meters. This is 2 meters. This is 1 meter. So this is 1.5. So this is 12 minus 1.5. How much? 10.5. So 8 by 20 into 10.5 this is. Similarly, what is the ordinate of this line? 8 by 20 is the slope into 10.5 minus 2, that is 8.5. And the last one, 8 by 20 into 8.5 minus 1, 7.5. This is how we can find out. So bending moment at C, or maximum bending moment at C, will be equal to summation influence line ordinate into load. So first, this ordinate, what is this? 8 by 20, big one. 8 by 20 into 12 into 20, this ordinate, plus next 8 by 20 into 10.5, 8 by 20 into 10.5 into then 30, plus the third one, 8 by 20 into 7.5, 8 by 20 into 7.5 into 15, plus the last one, 8 by 20, sorry, it's not 8 by 20 into 7.5, 8 by 20 into 8.5 this is. The last one is 8 by 20 into 7.5. 8 by 20 into 7.5, the load corresponding to that is 10 kilonewton. I hope it is clear. Now you can see 8 by 20 into 12 into 20 plus 8 by 20 into 10.5 into 30 plus 8 by 20 into 8.5 into 15 plus 8 by 20 into 7.5 into 10. That means this ordinate into load. This ordinate. It's very simple. Just you have to find out the ordinates using geometry. 20, 30, 15, 10. Load corresponding to the ordinates are written here. The ordinates are written. You have to just calculate or add all these, and you are going to get bending moment at C will be equal to 303 kilonewton. 303 kilonewton meter. So that means it is not having a greater value. So which was the earlier value? The earlier was 318 kilonewton. So this is not the correct value. So the maximum bending moment at C is 318 kilonewton. Maximum bending moment at C is 318 kilonewton meter. Now let us find out maximum shear force at section C. Maximum shear force at section C due to the loads. For that, what we need to do? you know, you have already done it. You have to draw the influence line diagram for shear force at C. What is the procedure? Recall. Erect 1 kilonewton here. Erect 1 kilonewton here. This is 20 meters. And then join this and join this. And at C, this is the section C, cut here, you know, and darken this lower line and this side upper line. So this is your influence line diagram for shear force at C. So this is influence line diagram for shear force at C, which you are familiar with. You have done it in the first module. So now what we need to do, you can understand that when you look at the influence line diagram for shear force at C, there is negative zone and there is a positive zone. That is, this is negative, minus, and this is positive zone. Negative zone and positive zone. So we can get two values of shear force. One is maximum negative shear force, one is maximum positive shear force. To get maximum positive shear force, obviously all the load should be in the positive zone only, because if you keep part of the load in the negative zone, then there will be cancellation of shear force, one negative and another positive cancellation. So to get maximum or to maximize the shear force, what is the procedure? Keep all the loads in the positive zone. So what is the procedure? All the loads in the positive zone means it is like this. Keep 20 kilonewton at this section, so that all the loads are, because you have to utilize this maximum ordinate, because the formula again is summation influence line ordinate into load. That is why this maximum ordinate has to be utilized. So maximum ordinate, when you keep all the loads in the positive zone, this 20 kilonewton, that is trailing load, should occupy section C, trailing load. So this is 20 kilonewton. Then you adjust other loads here. This is 30 kilonewton, and then this is 15 kilonewton, and then this is 10 kilonewton. The distances, you know, the slope of this line is what? 1 upon 20. 1 upon 20. Slope of this line is also 1 by 20. Now let us keep the loads like this. The distances between them, it is 1.5 meters. This is 2 meters. This is 1 meter. So 1.5, 2 and 1. So let us find out the ordinates corresponding to these values or these loads. This ordinate, then this ordinate, then this ordinate. So shear force, maximum shear force at C, trial maximum positive shear force at C is equal to summation influence line ordinate into load. It's all about finding these ordinates now. These ordinates. This and that means this ordinate into 20 plus this ordinate into 30 plus this ordinate into 15 plus this ordinate into 10. That's all. So let us find out these ordinates. What is this ordinate first? Let us find out. Slope of the line is 1 by 20. 1 by 20 into 12. This is 12 meters. You know, this is 12 meters. So it is 12 by 20 or 1 by 20 into 12. If this is 12 by 20, what is slope of this line? Sorry, ordinate height of this ordinate? It is 12 by 20 into this distance. What is this distance? 12 minus 1.5. 10.5. So it means 1 by 20 into 10.5 or 10.5 by 20. Similarly, what will be this ordinate? 1 by 20 into the distance. Distance is 10.5 minus 2. How much? 8.5. That means 8.5 by 20. And the last one is again 1 minus here because 1 meter. So that means this ordinate is equal to 1 by 20 into the distance 7.5. That means 7.5 upon 20. So these are the ordinates. So these ordinates you have written. So let us find out. That's all, as simple as that. Summation influence line ordinate into load 20, or you can say first write down ordinate itself. 12 by 20 into 20 plus, that is 12 by 20 into 20 plus 10.5 by 20, 10.5 by 20 into 30 plus next 8.5 by 20 into 15, 8.5 by 20 into 15 plus the last one 7.5 by 20 into 10. 20, 30, 15, 10. 20, 30, 15, 10. Ordinates, 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 ordinates. So do the calculation. You are going to get the value of shear force at C equal to, maximum shear force at C is equal to 37.875. 37.875 kilonewton. Maximum shear force at C. Shear force at C maximum. Pause. Now we will find out maximum negative shear force at C. For that again the same procedure, draw influence line diagram for shear force at C. Draw the horizontal line, erect 1 kilonewton, erect down here 1 kilonewton. I will make it little bigger so that the things will be erect 1 kilonewton down here, 1 kilonewton up and 1 kilonewton down. Join this. This should be the procedure for drawing the influence line diagram for shear force at any section C. Keep this in mind. You will be doing it again and again. And such type of questions are very sure to come in the examination. So cut here where 8 meter is there. So darken the lower line here. Darken the upper line. Already you know. So this is influence line diagram for shear force at C. This is 1/20 slope. And this ordinate, this is how much? 8 meters. This is 12 meters. Okay. Now what we need to do to find out maximum shear force at C negative value, we have to keep all the loads in the negative zone. How? We should keep such that 10 kilonewton should occupy the negative. That means the leading load should occupy the section C. The leading load 10. Previously, the trailing load was occupying section C for maximum positive shear force. Now the leading load 10 kilonewton will occupy section C. If 10 kilonewton occupies section C, what will be other loads? Other loads will be here like this. Next load is what? 15 kilonewton. This is 10 kilonewton. Then 30 here kilonewton. Then 20 kilonewton. The distances between them is 1.5 to 1. Remains same. Distance between them remains same. Now let us find out the ordinates. You know this ordinate already. The ordinate of slope of this line is how much? Slope of this line, because we are going to refer, for this figure we are going to refer slope of this line. Slope of this line is how much? 1/20. Slope of this line is 1/20. So 1/20 into 8 or 8/20 this is. This is 8/20. This was 12/20. Together is 1. This was 12/20. This is 8/20 together. Now what is the corresponding ordinates for 15, 30 and 20? I will just mark here this and this small one. Yes, what will be this ordinate? This is 8/20. So minus 1. That means it is 7/20. Now what is this ordinate? This ordinate will be 8/20 is 1/20 is the slope. 1/20 minus 7 minus 2, that is 5/20. 5/20. And the last one, again how much? 1/20 into 5 minus 1.5, 3.5/20. So this ordinate is 3.5/20, this ordinate is 5/20, this ordinate is 7/20, this ordinate is 8/20. So shear force at C, maximum negative shear force at C is equal to summation influence line ordinate into load. So first, keep minus outside because it is negative value. All are negative, so keep minus outside. So what is it? This ordinate, my 3.5 upon 20 into 20 plus, next is 5/20, next ordinate 5/20 into 30 plus, next ordinate, what is the next ordinate? 7/20, 7/20 into 15 plus the last one 8/20 into 10, 8/20 into 10. So close this bracket. So 3.5/20 into 20 5 by 20 into 30, 7 by 20 into 15 and 8 by 20 into 10 negative value. So do the calculation. So maximum negative shear force you are going to get minus 20.25 kilonewton. So this is maximum negative shear force at sea. So my dear students, this is how we need to find out maximum bending moment and maximum shear force for a beam at a section when series of loads move from one end to other. That means first we need to draw the influence line diagram for bending moment and shear force, make certain trials. Like in case of bending moment, we made two trials. What were the two trials? First, we kept the maximum load below the maximum ordinate. Next trial was next maximum load. The very next maximum load was 20. We kept that below the ordinate and we found out two values. Out of the two values, whichever was maximum, that was maximum bending moment at sea. In case of maximum positive shear force, what we did? We kept all the loads in the positive zone because we wanted all the loads to be in the positive zone, because if you keep some loads in the negative and some loads in the positive, there will be cancellation. So for finding out maximum positive shear force, all the loads should be in the positive zone. Now for finding out maximum negative shear force, all the loads should be in the negative zone. And then what is the formula to find out bending moment or shear force? Summation influence line ordinate into load. That means you need to find out these ordinates and then load into ordinate, load into ordinate, load into ordinate, load into ordinate, and then finish it off. This is how it is done. And my dear student, this is a sure short question in the examination. Many a time this type of question is asked. So when we meet in the next class, we will take some more problems of this type. I am going to pause here. Thank you.